Alright, I just loaded up Ashes of a Singularity. This is benchmarking in a crude fashion how my new MSI GTX 1080 Gaming Z card is going to do. So I've gone ahead straight off and cranked up our graphics setting. We are using DirectX 12 version of the game, running at the max resolution of my U3014 monitor. 2560 by 1600. I've gone to crazy settings. Everything is super high, anti-aliasing at 2x. I'm running on a 6700 K i7 CPU at 4 gigahertz with 64 gigs of DDR4 memory. And again, this is with the new MSI GTX 1080 Gaming Z card. Filming this externally so that we don't have any video capture buffering here. We're going to run the test here using these settings and see how we fared. Just ran this in DirectX 11 mode, and with DirectX 11 found that I was getting no less than 60 frames per second at 1080p. So we'll see how this does. This is the game that nobody seems to play anymore. However, it is used very systematically for asynchronous compute features of DirectX 12. Nvidia was struggling with this in the previous generations with AMD, who touted that they did this better. Frankly, in the GTX 980 series, I did not seem to have any detrimental performance with that system, even at high settings, as we see here. Clearly, these settings seem to be very smooth, and it I think reflects the raw processing power that the 1080 chipset has. What's very noticeable too is, despite being under load and the fans starting to kick in, that relatively this is no more noisy than my previous GTX rig, despite its performance twice as fast, almost 2 times as fast as the GTX 980s. This demo, or this benchmark, is notorious for having some random variables and random elements in it. So it does benchmark across heavy load scenes and calculate peaks. So if anything, some have criticized that Ashes of a Singularity is a glorified benchmarking tool, but compared to 3D Mark, which truly is a benchmarking tool, I've enjoyed some of their animations through the years, although things have seemed to slow down a lot in recent years. Ashes of the Singularity has a multiplayer component to it that is rather fun. Although it's a little repetitive and the unit variability is somewhat limited. There's only 2 factions, and you quickly realize that the faster you build a juggernaut and spam juggernauts and large capital ships, the faster you win, and it becomes a race to secure resources to have these epic battles, as you can see in this benchmark. One of the other limitations of the game itself is there's only 6 players maximum right now. Puts a little damper when we have a clan here of 4 that we can only play 2 other players. It'd be more fun 4-on-4 up to 8, as most other RPGs. But because of the large amounts of units and resource utilization, developers have not expanded that option yet. As graphics processors compute power increases, we're seeing that these highly sophisticated, highly involved simulations here might actually be processable in real time, and performance-wise, even at high resolution like this, we're seeing good benefits here. So let's take a look at this. So we're seeing that average CPU frame rate, CPU frame rate. We're looking at CPU, and we're looking at average frame rate 55.4. Normal batch is 61, medium batch is 56, heavy batch is 49. And it looks like that's the the CPU also being maxed out in those heavy scenes under load here. So, you know, take it for what it's worth here. This is a very processor heavy, GPU heavy benchmark, where even at 2560 by 1600 resolution, which is just shy of 4K, with 64 gigs, 6700K CPU, in not a test bench system, so much more reflective of real world play. This is very playable with a single new GTX 1080 card. So that's my run of Ashes of a Singularity benchmark under real world conditions on my system, with a pretty satisfactory result. Thanks for watching.